Hello everyone, Namaste. This is Darshana, founder of Mission Global Empowerment. And first of all, thank you so much, each and everyone, for lots of love, care, blessings. I got multiple messages from multiple people. Thank you so much for your support to Mission Global. And yes, once again, today we have a wonderful guest with us. I think what I can say about him, he's super talented. He's a software engineer. He's a core developer, and I think he has a 14 years experience in IT field. And so, without further delay, please put your hands together and please help me welcome to Mr. Santosh Ingawale from California, USA. Hi, Santosh. How are you?
Hi Darshana, I'm good. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, Santosh. Thank you so much, Santosh, for coming here.
Uh, my pleasure. Thank
Okay.
you for giving me opportunity to interact with your uh, we- our um, visitors and everyone who is seeking some information about IT career and other things. So I will be glad to share my experience and the details that I have.
Okay. Thank you so much, Santosh. And Santosh, without further delay, we want to hear from you today. I think lots of people we have today, basically, the people who are from the IT sector or the student who want to pursuing in IT. So, everybody's eager to learn from you, understand your strategies, your experience. So, please go ahead, Santosh, and introduce yourself, and then we will go further.
Yeah, sure. So, hello friends, this is Santosh Ingawale. Um, I'm an IT engineer, basically an senior principal architect, currently working in Silicon Valley, USA. Um, so I have like 14 years of experience, and all of my experience is in IT industry only. So I started my career in 2006, and since then I never stopped and never looked back. Uh, so basically, when I started, I was a developer, junior developer in Pune, and then um, I have worked across several companies as well as in uh, s- different countries as well. So
Wow.
currently I'm in US for like last 6 years. Um, so that's my short and brief introduction.
Wow. Wow. So Santosh, that's really great. I think you have a good experience in technical stuff and all those stuffs. But today we have multiple students. I think sometimes what I feel, last time we had a good student panel as well. So I personally feel, Santosh, sometimes the people's and like student, they don't have that guideline, right? If they want to really go into IT, or sometimes they are really confused about the technology. So Santosh, my question to you, like when your timing, like when you start, right? What guideline you follow, or like how's your the decision making process was that time, so our student can understand, so it will help them to taking decision for pursuing the IT.
Yeah, definitely. So initial stage of career or when you are student, uh, mostly students are a little bit anxious about their career start as sometime it's a competition, a number of opportunities or better platforms and all those factors matter at that time also, so for such students or initial career people, I would say like if you are a student, first in my experience what I learned is when being a student, you have to focus on completion of your degree, completion of your um, technology stack, or rather I would say um, getting into the right technology stack and finding the right set of information is very important. So one thing it was time of 2006, so I'm not sure if this is applicable still today, but many students focus on getting better marks or going to the right university, better university. But when I jumped into the IT industry, I realized that's not so true. What is more important is to get an early start, and jump on the get started with your career. Now to do that, there are like always challenges, but that this is purely misconception that the interviewer is going to ask which university you cleared your graduation or post graduation and how many percentage you have. What they are looking for, if they are, that person is going to hire you, they are looking for your skills, your communication skill, your knowledge, and your skills to take on the opportunity and your eagerness to learn. So basically, my advice would be to start early. Whatever you are doing, do with full determination. Make a plan, because salary and all those factors come in play. But getting start is more important than salary, because anyway, most of the companies, as you get into the stream, you will the person or the students or the early IT career people will understand that it is very important that I am in the process. So once you are in the process, you know by looking here and there, or you are in the flow. The flow will itself will explain you what are the right steps and what are the wrong steps. So that's very easy. So basically, one more best advice I will give them, be serious about whatever you are doing. Like initially, I was not serious in like first 3-4 years of my IT career. I wasn't serious. Then I thought I found like myself in a situation where I'm not really, impressive compared to my peers, compared to in a steep competition, and I'm in daily boring routine. That's where I decided to take on my uh, I made an action plan basically and decided to go with the action plan. And you know uh, I learned few things. uh, I am, most importantly, that time I still remember, and I really I'm proud of that thing that I did, which is reading lots of motivational books.
Wow,
That
super.
that actually energized me, actually, and that's where I decided to do multiple things. While I was in Pune, I had little bit conservative mind. So that time my friends went to Hyderabad, Bangalore. So we used to say like, hey, that guy didn't get a job here, and we are in Pune and we are in great city and all those things. And we also like a conservative mind, like I want in Hinjawadi and not in the southern region. So
Wow.
those kind of things actually hold you back. I personally feel one should not one should expand his horizon, should not hold himself back, and go ahead. So for students, it's always there are several opportunities. If they are seeking career in IT, obviously it's the best thing to do. There is one reason, being in IT, that you have more control of your life, and being in private industry, there are several other options. So if you are not comfortable at one place, you can easily go to some other place and with higher salary. That is a best advantage the IT has. And also IT has better opportunities and all. But I will stop here, and let's go back to Darshana.
Superb, superb, Santosh. I think great message. You have a great mindset, Santosh. संतोष लाइक अभी मैं कुछ चीजें हम आपसे हिंदी में जानना चाहेंगे क्योंकि सम ऑफ आवर स्टूडेंट दे आर फ्रॉम विलेज प्लेस फॉलोइंग दिस पेज एंड some people are is fully that the Marathi area, or some people are fully from that Hindi area, and we love to they can learn from you, and if they really have that hungriness, they can observe your each and every word. So I love to uh, uh, I would like to hear from your story, like as you spoken ki, you always having that that what I can say, like you are never having the boundary for yourself, like you just need to work here or you need to there, right? You are always
Mhm.
wanting to go out out of comfort zone. आई थिंक मुझे लगता है ये बहुत बड़ी बात है जो आपने आज आज बताई, क्योंकि मैंने बहुत लोगों का देखा दे वांट लाइक देयर जॉब इन द पर्टिकुलर एरिया, और फिर इतने ही टाइम का होना चाहिए, like lot of uh, before that joy before the joining job, they have lot of things in their mind, might be that's why the result happening same. But next question to you, we love to hear from you your story, to India to US, because सबका सपना होता है, right? The people who are especially working in IT, everybody is looking the opportunity out of India. So in that case, Santosh, हम आपसे ये जानना चाहेंगे कि आपकी शुरुआत कैसे रही है, क्योंकि when you thought like आपको कंपनी से ऑफर मिली, या फिर you have certain plans in your own way कि नहीं, कुछ सालों के बाद I have vision or mission, I want to go somewhere or I want to go out of country, or for that you took any courses or any planning or any certifications. So please, can you please throw light on that part, Santosh?
Sure. About my early career start, I would say like being a developer. I started with the technology, which was very pretty common. But soon I realized it is not something I can grow with. So that's where I started to look for the opportunities and the things, and I analyzed the market. Basically, what are the good things? So this stage, actually analyzing the market or where you want to go and make a decision on this stage comes later, once you make a start with your career. So if you are in early stage of your career, I would suggest use your full potential first thing, because that's where the people make a mistake and they regret later, or they keep saying that I don't see a good opportunity and I'm not feeling that much empowered to do the things. So this happens when you are not fully involved, you are not giving your 100%. I would say in initial career, if you are really motivated to do the IT career or any career, you give yourself, you give 100% of yours, and go break the barrier. Basically, breaking the barrier in the sense, think out of the box. Just don't do an donkey work or regular job kind of thing, because ultimately doing job is something will make your life better, but ultimately it's something you are doing for someone else. But it also makes matter. What matters to you is what you are doing for yourself, and that is something you always do in your own time. So when you are out of the office, you have weekends or you have every evenings extra time. How you utilize that time, that's what makes you a great success person in the long run. In my career, actually, first 3 4 years, now I have 14 years of experience. First 4 years, this is same happened to me, and actually I was at the point where I realized I have to do something better, or I can do something better. That's where I started reading the motivational book. I started talking to people. I started extracting information and gathering information, and I even started giving the interviews and testing my skills. And also, sometimes, on-site opportunities. I also seek for on-site opportunities. I went to South Africa. I was in Johannesburg. By going to South Africa, that's where that was a deal breaker for me, for my thought process. Actually, that's where I learned how the IT system works, how outside countries works, and how the world works. I realized our system is quite messy and not up to the standards. But when I went outside, I learned that there are a lot of opportunities. The people they live like they have extremely well balanced, uh, you know, lifestyle. They have proper eating habits. They do like their exercises daily, and this is something we start very late in our life, like after 30 35. But the early career people should also be very well. So these things are not taught in our school or colleges, like what are the good eating habits, unless you get something goes wrong with you or you get fatty or something, your people never learn. So basically, if you start doing these things, this will help you in the long run, make your life energetic, as well as these habits help you to keep yourself active. That is actually best thing. And then, so when I came back from South Africa, that's when I decided, um, I want to seek more. I want to explore the world. I want to go to the other countries as well. And the benefit of doing that is not just financial. Financial is obviously a great deal, but actually lifestyle, standard of living. You understand the process and thought process. Your thought process completely change when you go to the other country, and how you learn so many good things actually about your own lifestyle management, punctuality, and doing things on proper on time and everything. So that's when actually I decided to, so I joined some multinationals in India. And also people mostly prefer to join a higher package and all those things in the mid of career, while before they get married and all. But I especially look for the opportunities where I have more chances of getting on site. So uh, if they come into the midterm of their, like they will understand there are appraisal cycles and all. There are two ways to do it. So one is to go and on site and earn more money, or get appraisals in company. But that thing, you know in India, at least I would say, like it requires you have to be outstanding in the team, which is always top place. And that's the place. If you can grab, then there's nothing like that. But mostly people who have better relations with their superiors succeed. So that's the truth. So in that case, you have to, and everyone has to go through that phase. So that's where you will learn. You have to take control of your life, and um, just not go with the flow, but be proactive, be aggressive, try to seek the opportunities, understand which technologies are better in the market. Because, and that eventually happens, because your friend, someone who is with 6 years experience, makes like 4 lakh more than you, then you realize, oh, what's wrong with me? And that kind of thought process automatically starts when you are in the flow.
Super.
So um, uh, that's how. And then eventually, with my determination to go on site and seek foreign opportunities, eventually I got an US opportunity, and I came here with Indian company. And then I made switches here. And in fact, I find it's more convenient and easier to, from the opportunities perspective and from everything, like uh, uh, number of jobs, or better lifestyle, other things like your daily commute, or the things that you struggle with back in India, like mostly the commute and traffic and all those things, and you have to work late hours. Basically, working at on-site means you are working directly for the clients. That gives you a bigger benefit of follow their standards, follow their timelines. But if you are working in India, uh, even I have I had worked like many years in India, so I had to work like almost 10 p.m., 11 p.m. almost every day. That's because you support your clients. They are in Europe or US mostly, and that's where uh, if one has an intention to go on site, I think they should go. And I see like we see like a lot of South Indians in USA, right? So when I talk to them, literally those guys said, entire town, in my entire town, at least one person from my town, from each home, is in USA. So I was stunned to hear that. So I asked few people, how is it possible? So mostly it's not like they got a visa and came here, but mostly they came here as a student.
Alright, super.
uh, so I asked, how come like people are having, are rich, so rich, like 30-35 lakh of your expenses, how they are covering? So that's where the students said, no, we are not rich and nothing, but we took a loan on ourselves. So they had that plan.
Guts.
They had that guts, and that's how, obviously, because of everyone is doing around, that gives you an added advantage. Just like in since I'm from Satara district, I know our villages. At least one person from a village is in military. So that's a like a, that's a kind of motivation. That is the most nearest motivation for you. So when everyone around you is in IT industry or everyone around you is in military, you start from your early age to prepare in that angle. But it's not the case always. You have to uh, sometimes you have to think out of the box and see how successful people are. Actually, nowadays, like Darshana, as you made this platform available, the information is flowing easily. So people can go on YouTube and look for better interviews, seek better knowledge, and nothing is impossible. Like in IT industry, you can learn any technology. I have changed technology 2 to 3 times completely. Like it's the career I started with technology A. Probably in 4 years, I was totally on technology B because technology B was hot in market. After 6 years, I again changed because technology B was outdated. Now I'm in technology C. So that's how you have to keep upgraded yourself.
Wow.
You know, that helps you to be in the race and to be at the top, and that's what you want, and that gives you the satisfaction that you should seek or one should seek. Otherwise you will be out of the race and then come blame game that this company is not good, project is not good,
Super.
and that is the time when person has to look uh, in themselves and not to blame the others. So yeah.
Super. Great sharing, Santosh. I think hats off to you the way you are pouring your heart to for all of us, and it's literally dream come true for the other people as well. Because why I'm saying this thing, because we know right where we suffer, right? It's not easy to come this position and talk in front of people, having a 14 or 15 years of experience, fighting with life, fighting with challenges, overcome the fear. I think you cover most of the things today in this platform.
Mhm.
But still I have one more question to you, Santosh, here. Like sometimes people thinking, oh, there is IT, there is a lot of money. Okay, but and as a wife of IT engineer, I can understand how's their life. It's not an easy job, right? It's full of pressure. And
Mhm.
apart from that, I want to understand from you, like, this is the first question, how you handle that pressure. So, if the people having, earlier stage, sometimes they couldn't bear that pressure because, might be, late working hours, like as you spoken, or might be our, the work tradition or work culture. So that's the first question, how they deal with that, the situation or that pressure, what they can do best. And second question to you, how you handle your life, because I know, right, Komal, we are very close to you guys, and we seen you guys, how you balance your own, the family life, that your hobby basically, because you need to have something to, release your pressure, and and your work and your job, how you balance these things and how we can handle the pressures in IT. Please throw light on that.
Sure. So first of all, I will cover that how the IT job is. Not too not too detailed, but in a brief sentences, I would say like being in IT is not easy, but it's not difficult either. It's something that you evolve yourself always. If you love your job, you know how to evolve yourself. It's like you are doing your education all the time you are in IT. So you have to, because technologies are in a steep competition. Uh, it's very hard for companies to stay in the market for a long if they themselves not evolve. If company is evolving their products, then you have to learn their products as well to keep yourself in market. Otherwise, there is somebody next door will kick you out, and that happens. So basically, to be in IT, one has to always um, thank you for feedback, Amit Raje. So actually, being in IT, one has to actually explore the things always, keep their eye open, and be determined enough to give your 100% always, since your clients will be in the foreign nations. So you have to be flexible enough to support them, no matter if it is 2 a.m. in the morning or 4 a.m. in the morning. 12 a.m. in the morning is very normal. So mostly people do that, and not just in India, actually in US also. Here you have to give your 100% and make sure, because IT projects run through a life cycle which is called STLC life cycle, where the its phases like requirement planning, analysis, development, design, and deliveries, and support, post production support. So each phase has a different timelines to follow. When you are near to production or post production, there is that's where you are on the hot burner. You should not be considering yourself like giving kind of that's where you have to give your 100% to be to stick. And that's not just applicable to IT. In any industry, if it is like a deadline bound situations, one has to give their 100% or 200%, and should not hesitate to do uh, things extra mile. While doing this, you have to give a lot of time to the IT and your job, and your hobbies as well. So when we come to the families and hobbies and your friend circle and giving time yourself, that's where you have to juggle between all these things. But eventually when you master the things, how to manage the time, how to manage the task. It actually teach you how to do the things quicker, faster, smarter, and that helps in the real life also. So like the person is able to manage several things in a day, or can be a multitasking person, do the several things together. So that's how I evolved. I and and it's weekends off, like 2 days off weekly, and since this is work from home situation from like more than a year now, we are with our friends and family more than being in office. So that's an added advantage. In fact, uh, Komal said like when lockdown started, she once mentioned like this is the time that I was looking for. This is the time we were dreaming to spend together, and that happened with the lockdown. But unfortunately, lockdown is a good thing, but Corona and COVID situation is a bad. But ultimately, so all these things come together, and once you learn how to manage time and all, you manage everything else. That's like part of your daily routine, or yeah, it's very sophisticated later on.
Superb, superb, Santosh. I think great info. I think lots of people really blessed. Actually, I am thinking because we know, right, what we struggle to getting the knowledge, get seeking the information, doing the Google. And I think that time for me, I think Google was not there, or I don't know what exactly situation, but we couldn't find. We really need to struggle to different area. But the way you are sharing your own experience, your own journey, it will definitely inspiration for multiple students, multiple people, so they can understand the here lifestyle. But
Yeah.
one question to you here, Santosh, like what you feel in terms of education, or the difference between the like in the work culture, as you spoken, like it's time difference or some methodology is different, right, according country to country. But in your term, like what you feel, probably what skill people need, if suppose somebody having like in the zone, or they got might be their H1, or someone to sponsor them, or might be they have planned to as a student to come, like you spoken as well, right, they need to have some practical stuff, or some holistic development as well, like communication, all those stuff. But in terms of education, because anyway you need to technology is there, or sometimes people thinking like what technology I should choose, right, they are completely sometimes in confusion, like what technology I should choose. So the here right now in the market, what do you think the people who can go with that, like which technology they can choose? Yeah, it's not very one on one, but in terms of general, what kind of technology in the market right now, and what the most the needed if they want to work in long term. Because IT also, there is a management sector, another is a like technical sector, or like architect sector, or coding sector, development part, or some part is a testing. But in that term, like what is the best thing you will suggest to people to, if they really want to go and they have a dream to go out of country to focus on something and acquire some knowledge in that terms and conditions, what you suggest to people? Please go ahead.
Yeah, so technology trend keeps changing.
Mhm.
Um, but there is like for initial career start, I would say technology, a better technology obviously gives you a good start. But if you are unable to figure out, then IT career with any technology is better option. But eventually, the hot technologies or getting into the right technology also makes you a winner um, at the earliest, in early phase of your career. So in today's trend, the trend has evolved a lot, but in today's trend, more of cloud-based technologies that are hot in market, or that's where you can easily land a job. Where other IoT, like Internet of Things or artificial intelligence, machine learning, data scientist, then data security, analysis, and there are like several other technology languages like um mostly Java.NET. But almost 10 years back, the plain development what used to happen on Java and .NET, but the technologies are so evolved. There are so many products in the market. They are built on already top on these languages, and mostly those products have made the life easier, or these products fulfill the customer requirement at greater extent. So as a individual, or as a developer or IT career seeker, one has to learn that technologies like ERPs or CRMs. Those technologies are easily available, or easily one. If most of the time what happens is people stuck with a job where they don't have much of opportunities to explore. Or suppose one is working as a Java developer, but Java was hot in 2001. Now it's 2021, so like 20 years past that. So what he should do, so I would say like go to Udemy or Pluralsight, or Coursera, like things, and do the courses. They are paid courses, but they are worth to do. Actually, not sure, but first time visitors, they should get some discount and all those things. That's not, I'm not affiliating to them, but I personally use them, so that's why I'm just suggesting. uh, and I did like several courses there, and that really helped me to enhance and extend, grow my career. So one should go and do a certification, several certification, at least I will say half a dozen certifications to give a good start. Never stop yourself of doing anything. Whatever you learn will eventually help you at certain stage and make you stand out of your team. And that's what where more important is. You get promotions, or you get recognitions, you get awards, that multiplies your confidence.
Super.
And
So
being in touch with top of technology stack is very important as you go on, not just to stay in the market, but also being ahead of the game. Being I personally observed this when I moved here in Silicon Valley. I worked in almost 4 different cities in USA. But the difference I saw in San Francisco Bay Area was tremendous. Like the thinking of people here, the technology stack, and how, I mean, it's like a generation gap with the other places. And here, um, something which is pretty good in the market. The trend begins in the Bay Area or the Silicon Valley, and that flows to the other places slowly. And but that takes time. Most of the latest softwares and everything are much costly, but um, it's not a developer's concern or individual's concern. As long as you are in good technology, the companies do invest money, and that's where you get an opportunity, hands-on opportunities, and everything to you know grow your career. So for newcomers or who are seeking to grow or enhance their career, I would say there are lots of online websites. There are paid courses done by professionals. You can pay like probably 5-10,000 not dollars, sorry, rupees, uh, and you know uh, get few courses enrolled, give the certifications. That makes you stand out, and definitely it pays back.
Superb, superb.
Vijay.
Great info, Santosh. I think very few people, that much honesty they are telling, they are still learning. Because sometimes, what I can feel like, absolutely, if people really want to pursue career in IT, I think any other field, but might be probably in IT, they need to have that learning attitude first of all. They need to spend their time because, you need to upgrade in IT. And yes, I think as you spoken, right, it's a Bay Area quite different. I think I forgot to ask you actually, as I know, like you are before that like different state, because sometimes people are confusing, right? They just know about only like California or Texas. Sometimes they feel it's all same. But I think what you can feel like, the slight difference might be in the living, in terms of living life, or in terms of little bit work culture, or what do you feel any difference in between, like before that was in Atlanta, Chicago, because it's completely east zone, then west coast. What difference you feel?
There is not much of a difference here. Work culture across US is almost same. Lifestyle is almost same. However, the geographic region, they have their uh, differences, and based on the geographic differences, mostly it also geographic areas are dominated by that particular type of industry in US, and how they invest in their uh, uh, IT IT products and IT softwares, that also matters, and that also differs. And that's where difference is, I would say, um, using the products. So there are like 10 different types of I mean there are several products, but using the right product and using the best product, that happens much faster in California versus other state. But it depends again. Most of the companies are linked across US. They have service centers across US. They operate from each state almost. So they have that same technology stack. And if you ask me, like the Texas, the Atlanta, Georgia, Illinois, so this Texas more of a tropical region, whereas Illinois is a pretty cold region. The temperature goes back down to minus 10, 20, 30, whereas Texas goes as hot as 35 degrees Celsius, which is nothing compared to India. But still, the other things uh, for differences, I would say cost of living is pretty high at different places, and it's not across same at each location. But overall, is no, there are very few differences, but more similarities. So you won't feel
Got it.
like you are living. The US is more of connected, even though it's a very far big country. It's say feels same all the way. So like um, in India, it's like you'll feel different at each corner, but here you won't. It feels the same way across USA.
Yes, got it. Means infrastructure wise, lifestyle wise, it's the same. Just the cost of living, we can say, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, and I think it's very great info. And last question to you, Santosh here. One message you want to give to, for our students, those who want to pursue their career in IT. And similar question, what you want to say about this platform?
Sure. So my advice to the students would be, um, do the things right, and actually do with full potential. Don't be lazy. because being lazy today will give you happiness for a short term, but on longer run you will regret why I did not do the things when I had a time. uh, and not just about study. There are a lot of other factors actually. Whatever opportunities are the best thing that they could do, they should do it. um, Not there are things like that outside of the career and all, one can do. I'm not an expert to mention all those things or provide the entire details on it, but a balanced life works the better way than anything else in the longer run.
Yeah.
And for career, I would say like education obviously matters. Do your career, and being in IT, you don't need an IT engineering degree or anything, as long as you have passion.
Super.
Well, that is another question. How to test check your passion? One should, if IT is not a difficult, because even the IT engineer who did the 4 year engineering course, most of the time he learns the theoretical part. The practicals is what something starts in when you actually join the industry. So someone from even arts or commerce background can also uh, learn through the right platforms, go through several courses, and have that you know what would I say, have that courage to face the challenges and complete the things. The one thing I would say that we are actually lag behind, which is punctuality and honesty with your determination, meaning doing the things right on the time. We kind of lag on the things which never happens or which hardly happens in the foreign countries. They are very much punctual, and they are determined to do the things, and that's how they get the family time, because they do the things right. In When I was in Pune working in IT industry, I was actually I worked in several cities, in like Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Mumbai. Not worked there for long term, but I visited there from my office. I went there for like a 2 weeks, month of time, and for several different reasons. But we tend to spend a lot of time during our day on unimportant things, like just go out and have fun and everything, and then only get serious when things are escalated and all things. So that is applicable still to the students and all. Don't be postpone the things. Try to be on time. In fact, try to if you have decided to um, do this 10 things, better finish them early and do two extra. That helps later. So that's the thing. And actually one has to get their inner motivation started. One has to find their own things, take in control. Ultimately one has to do their own study, what is good in their fair. Sometimes always listen to seniors, and if you have doubt, if somebody is giving you free advice or something, not necessarily it is 100% wrong or right. Always double check or seek that more information in from that angle. On the information is free everywhere on the internet. So that's a good way to start. And I think life happens and the career happens eventually, if you give a good start, and then you learn how you can make it bigger.
Yes.
uh, yeah, so actually there is nothing like someone is so reached at the top level, and you feel like no, I cannot go there. It's never like that. You can in fact go beyond that if you just focus on right things.
Wow. Super.
So and finally, about the platform, obviously this platform is really good, and it gives an opportunity to uh, people like me to share their wisdom, and share. I hope this is useful for someone, and this is obviously such information will be useful to me. I'm still learning, so thanks Darshana for such a great platform, and I think you are on the right path. Probably you can categorize as soon as you get enough material. You can categorize based on
Sure.
um, things like your you know um, and then put the things in categories. So basically, if someone is looking for career related tips, they can find and all those things.
Sure.
So thank you again. I think if anyone has any question, let me know, or any other question.
Yes, definitely, Santosh. I think we will, coming soon, we will plan to, come, make some IT sessions as well, and we love to invite you in that. But so I think I'm feeling so proud to bless you guys, in our life, me and Ramesh. We are such a blessed, and thank you so much, for taking time out from your busy schedule. And I know today's a Friday, and in Friday in the US means like it's a party time basically, just people going and sit in front of TV. But in that, without that, in that time, your mindset, and your I really hats off to you the way your attitude and you're serving to the people. You choose to come here and share your wisdom and knowledge. Thank you so much for that. I think this session going to be definitely getting multiple views and multiple comments, and I know, and this information definitely help to multiple people, because I know it's not an easy way. And if people can understand that value, if somebody pouring their heart, 14 years of experience, it's not an easy. For me, it's like I'm reading a 14 book of my life. I think that's how I took this session. Thank you so much, for gathering so much information, giving so much knowledge, wisdom, throwing light, in technical terms and condition, work culture. And definitely we will see you soon once again. And I think people sending me some questions, but it's too much time for us. I think someone asked about English and all those stuffs too, but it's okay. Means definitely we will come back again, guys. Actually we cannot take this session more longer.
Mhm.
Definitely we will meet you soon. We will make some sessions or seminars by Santosh, and we will invite you all. Thank you so much, Santosh, once again. I think we should finish this call here. And once again, thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, and I'm glad to share my thoughts. Thank you.
Most welcome. Yeah, yeah. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone. Yeah, I will end the broadcast.